Hi and welcome to today's video. We have been advertising in social media platforms and in digital platforms for over 6 years, and one thing is clear. There has been a great change in the way creativity affects the advertising industry. It all started with the very basic way of advertising in social media and digital platforms up until now, where we have a plethora of different elements that we can use and many combinations we can do within our platforms. Today we'd like to show you a tool that, even though it's not very new, we have been using constantly for a while, and that makes our lives very easy and that can make your life easier. We're talking about Facebook Creative Hub, and we would like to run you through how it works and what makes it such a clever solution for marketers and for people who want to venture into the digital and online marketing industry. In essence, this tool is a way to create mock-ups of ads before you're releasing them live into your marketing campaigns. This is great because it provides with a safe environment where you can test different elements, different creatives, different text, different copies, and pretty much whatever you want. So if you're happy with what you've built there, you can totally export it, and it's a great way to use that tool. This is a great tool for marketers as it allows you to experiment with different creatives in a very safe way, as we said, but also if your customer is a bit on the picky side and wants to decide everything and see everything before moving on with the campaign, if you need that approval, Creative Tool allows you to mock up those ads and show them and preview them to your customers so that they can decide if they like it or not, and they give you the green light. As we said, the best thing about this tool is that once you're happy with everything you've created, you can move all those mockups that you've generated beforehand into your ads manager, so that you don't have to work twice and you don't have to remember what you did before. So that way you just import everything and you create your campaigns from there. So this is Facebook's Creative Hub, and the way you access it is through Business Manager. Once you're logged in, what you have to do is you go to this Business Tools section and scroll down a bit until you hit Creative Hub. So once you do that, you'll be prompted with this screen. Remember, if you, like us, manage more than one account, you're gonna have to select the correct account in this drop down. If you just manage one account, this will not be an issue, but if you manage multiple ones, make sure to select the correct one. Otherwise, you will end up making mockups in the wrong account, which is not the end of the world, but it's probably something you don't want to do. Another thing that you can do is add collaborators to your hub, and that means that if you have more than one person in the team, you will be able to share, to create different mockups among your team. So that's a great thing. So once you're set up, all you have to do is literally hit create mockup, and once the system loads, you'll see this overwhelming amount of information. Don't worry, it's fairly simple, but we'll go through every step of the process. We'll start here on the left, and basically what you need to do is start by naming your ads. Remember that Creative Hub allows you to potentially down the line export the mockups you create into your ads manager, so you might want to have a proper naming here, naming convention. So yeah, make sure to put something that you remember for later on. It's really important. For this example, we're gonna just call it Video 1 because it's basically an example. And then you're gonna select the pages and you'll see the Instagram account that you want to be working on. So in this case, because we're gonna run an example for our own Facebook and Instagram accounts, I'm gonna find Singlot. Again, we have plenty of things that we're managing and or are a part of. That's why you see so much. But in the Singlot section, I'll select this one. And in theory, yeah, by default, it will populate the Singlot Instagram account. Once again, remember to select the correct one. So moving on, we go to the format section, and this is, if you've run any advertising at all, this is very familiar because it's the same exact thing that you use when creating your ads. And for this example, we're gonna just use a video. So in this case, I'm gonna leave this selected. So select image or video. And then I'm gonna go down a bit more, and I'm gonna end up in the media section. So here is, once again, where you input all the media that you wanna be using. And in this case, we're gonna use video. So I'll select add video. So if once you're here, you see this is exactly the same thing as when you run ads. These are all the videos that are uploaded to the account, or you can simply upload a new one. it's up to you. For this example, we're going to use this. And here it's a nice little trick. You see the resolution, so that's also a great thing for you to see at a glance what you can use. You can also see in this triangle some of the warnings that it's telling us already. So it's once again a nice way to kind of tell me, okay, there's something wrong with these videos. There's a few things that I cannot use it for. So it's good to know that this video has something weird in it. So I'm going to take this either way. I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit next. So as you can see here, this is the first element where we can, with the Creative Hub, start optimizing our footage. If you realize, if you look closely, you'll see that this vertical box is already grayed out, and that means this video that we used was shot in this exact format, 9/16 or 1080 x 1920. That means it's a vertical video, and that means I don't have to do anything to optimize here. I can crop and stuff, but I don't need to do anything to optimize this video. However, when it comes to square and horizontal, or square and horizontal here, you see that I can do things to optimize. So if you look at the square one, if I select optimize, you see that the footage kind of comes close, but as a result I lose my text. So that's something important. You can use this video like this and it will optimize and it will look okay. You know, you see it is moving, but you're not gonna see, it's well framed, but you're not gonna see the subtitles. Once again, it's up to you. If you have the subtitles separate, then you can totally use this and kind of embed the subtitles later, which I'll show you. But if you've, like us, embedded the subtitles directly in the video, then you're losing them. So, you know, it's obviously up to you to decide. And the same here with horizontal. Here it's even crazier. It zooms in so much that I lose a part of the head, so obviously I wouldn't be interested in this. So for this example, we're going to just select the vertical, or the one that is already selected, and I'm going to hit done. And what will happen here is now the system will determine which of the placements this video can be used for. And as you see, there's only 3 placements that I can use: feed, marketplace, and video feed. And that makes sense because we did not optimize the videos to be used in any other format. So that means if I wanted to go ahead and create an Instagram feed, my video doesn't work because it's not the correct aspect ratio. But also, and I know this because I have the experience, because it's a bit longer than it should be. That's what we're gonna find out now. But let's kind of continue with the example. So once you've uploaded the video, this will tell you a few of the things that you know, the video does or does not meet, and it's up to you to change it. You can edit, you can add, you know, different elements. You can modify the thumbnail. So if you go here, yeah, you'll be able to crop, to trim, to add captions, as I said before. So if you have the SRT file, for instance, that's where you enter it, and that way you know exactly that the video will have the right subtitles, even if you have the wrong aspect ratio. And then we'll move on to the placement, and this is where obviously at a glance we see where we can use it. But let's say that I am a bit stubborn and I want to use my video for Instagram stories. I'm going to select this, and I already can tell this is not going to work because my video is longer than 2 minutes. But either way, let's select it, and then the system will determine for a while. I know this obviously beforehand, but we will let it run either way. So as you see, it keeps checking, and after a moment it tells me, hey, your video cannot be used in Instagram story format, because in this case, even though the format is correct, the length is too much. So it's more than 2 minutes, therefore you cannot use it. But back to the example, what I know now is I cannot use the Instagram story, but let's see, for instance, in Facebook feed. Obviously the screen tells me that Facebook feed is one of the placements I can use. So I'm going to select Facebook feed, and I'm going to see the system is going to do the same. It's going to load for a moment, and it's going to show us how this looks. And here we see that on a mobile newsfeed, this looks okay, although I lose, once again, the subtitles. So if I had a separate file for the subtitles, I would totally upload them here. I don't have them, so I know that if I run this, I'm not going to have subtitles. It's up to me to decide whether or not I'm okay with this. One of the things that I also want to show you is what I mentioned. We're now previewing mobile newsfeed because our audience is primarily coming from our phone, from a mobile phone. But if I want to see how my video is going to look on a desktop newsfeed, I've done this before and I know how it's going to look. But what's going to happen is, because the format of this video is not the newsfeed video, we're going to have letterboxes. And by letterboxes we mean these huge white spots. Sometimes they're in black, sometimes they're white, doesn't matter. But the reality is you see a very long video, but it's very narrow. Obviously I see the subtitles, but this is not the best way to kind of illustrate and to show in a newsfeed, especially in a desktop. So with that information, what I can decide to do is, okay, maybe I'll trim it, maybe I'll try to optimize it as we did before, so that it fits into the desktop newsfeed, or maybe I'm good with it and I'll just, run with it. It's up to me, but this is a great way to show the way my ad is potentially going to look like. So yeah, have that in mind when you select and you add your videos. So if I was happy with this and everything is fine, I haven't done any changes, so I don't have to save anything. So once you're here, the only thing you need to do is fill the rest of the parameters. So I'm going to put our URL, and the system will say, yeah, okay, your ad looks fine, this is the URL. If I want to check multiple and I want to test different CTAs, different creatives, different text, this is the tool to do so, because it's great. It's once again a safe environment, so you're not going to make any mistakes. And anything that you do, once you're happy with it, so let's say I'm going to select this call to action, and let's say that this is the ad that I want to display eventually. All I have to do is literally go up here and toggle this show in ads manager and then create the ad. What this will do is it will start a campaign, and that way this is one of the ads that is going to look, let's say it's going to appear in my campaign. So this is great, to kind of mock up everything that you want. And once you have maybe the okay from your customer, then you can simply transport everything to Ads Manager, create the campaign, add the targeting, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty easy from there, and that way you don't have to work twice. So yeah, this is what Creative Hub allows you to do, among other things, but in a nutshell, this is what it does, and it's great, especially when you're a bit unsure as to whether or not you can use certain formats, certain videos. Is my video too long, too short, etc., etc. So it's highly recommended. Give it a go. It's very, very useful, and yeah, if you start using it, you're gonna add it into your workflow for sure, because it's really, really nice. That's it for this one. This was a quick video, very back to basics and very much hands-on. We hope you like this type of format as well. Yeah, leave us a comment, share, and obviously engage with our videos. We really appreciate it. But what do you think about Creative Hub? Is this a tool that you use? Are you happy you're using it? Make sure to comment, and we're more than happy to talk to you guys. Till the next one, bye.